Hello, I'm in Canberra and today my new passport arrived. I had to apply for a new passport because my old passport expired in 2003. It expired. So I had to apply for a new passport because when I was raising children, I didn't go overseas. I did quite a bit of traveling in my 20s and I needed a new passport to start traveling again overseas. So that was one job I've done in the last month, and it didn't take the 6 weeks to arrive, it only took about 3 or 4 weeks. So that's really lovely to have a new passport again. We've had a lot of holidays locally, like to the coast and 3 hours west and up to Sydney and things like that, but we haven't done overseas trips. We bought a home and we paid rent for many, many years and paid a mortgage for many, many years and lived quite simply with local holidays. And then I decided that I'd really like to visit some friends in France. They live in Nantes and they also stay in an island called Noirmoutier, which is an island quite close to Nantes. It's about a 1 hour drive. And these people were very, very kind to me back in 1993. And they're now older. And I'd like to visit them. And that's one reason I got my passport renewed. Or it wasn't renewed, I had to apply for a brand new one because it had been so long since my passport had expired. And I've got some things on in the next few months, but this is kind of reserving my journey. And I'm hoping that in the next 10 years I can go on some new trips and enjoy having a passport. So I made the intention of paying for 10 years of a passport instead of the 5-year payment. And that was part of me updating things. I've let some things slip, like having a passport, but I enjoyed quite a bit of travel from the age of 20 to about 28. And then with 2 children, we mainly did local trips. And I'm grateful for all those trips. But now I'd like to travel to different countries and also back to France, where I've been a couple of times, or 3 times, I think. And I'd really like to see these people in the next 12 months. So that was on my job list of things to do. And I'm currently quite happy between Sydney and Canberra and the south coast of New South Wales. I think it's a fabulous region, really beautiful, like south of Bowral down to Eden, out to Harden. I don't necessarily feel like leaving, but this was part of allowing myself to travel and allowing myself to have some freedom in the next 10 years. And I really liked getting a passport. It made me feel international again. I was born overseas in England, and I love reading about the world and watching films from all around the world. So this is important to me, to give myself this option. And I also could have a UK passport, and that used to be an EU passport. But at about $400 per passport, I'm just going to do my Australian one. And unfortunately, I can't use the UK one for the EU anymore. I did before, and I thought that was fantastic. And I'm disappointed that the UK passport no longer works in the EU the way it did when it was a member of the EU. But that's my change and trying to do some catch-up jobs. And that's one thing that makes me feel quite special, because it's a ticket to the world. It's a great privilege to be able to travel on a plane, and I haven't for a very long time, which is very eco and very environmentally friendly. but I also feel a bit backward not travelling for ages because all my contemporaries talk about trips to fabulous places, and I think, I wonder why I'm so happy just going to Pambula and Merimbula and Yass and Bynalong and Harden and Sydney, and I'm kind of just happy doing those things. And I like the simple pleasures of those places, but I'm really thrilled to get my passport again. It makes me feel like a citizen of the world, makes me feel worldly. It feels just me again. So I really like this. And I don't know if the photo's good. I'm not going to show you the photo because the photo's a bit funny. But I suppose most passport photos are funny. So anyway, I hope to see some old friends using this, and also I'd love to, over the next 10 years, see some countries I've never seen again, and also visit the UK and Egypt again and Italy, and I'd love to go to many, many countries I've never been to before.